Stop number 3 on the season 36 of the Castrol GTX Cup Series brings us to Richmond International Raceway in Richmond, Virginia. The day race here today, as we're here today for the running of the Mobil 1 400. We're set for 60 laps of racing on this 0.75 mile racetrack here at Richmond International Raceway, and even 3/4 of a mile. D-shaped racetrack turns back at about 14 degrees, and so we'll see what happens here today. And should be a good race today for a short track race of the season. Here's your starting lineup. On the pole, it is Seth Cullen, car 52, at the wheel of the Ford. He's alongside a number 4, Jessica Shelton, and the number 11, Budweiser Ford. She starts outside. Second row has Colin Cropley, the number 25, Kodiak Chevrolet, and number 1, Trent Dunham, the Skull Classic Oldsmobile. Third row, car number 4, it is Eric Monaco at the wheel of the Kodak Film Chevrolet. He's alongside number 68, Ben Cohen, in the Country Time Oldsmobile. Fourth row is nothing but Fords. Car number 8, the Snickers Ford of Joshua Osborne, is flanked by car 26, Tori Gossett, in the Quaker State Buick. Or Quaker State Ford, excuse me. It was a Buick last season, but it's a Ford this season. Next row down is car 6. It is Paul Minnick, the Daytona 500 champion, the Valvoline Ford car number 60, alongside number 43, the man he took the 500 away from. That is Mike Becker, the 43 STP Pontiac. Next row down is number 15, Aubrey Scott, and number 33, that is Nathan Orman at the wheel in the Skull Classic, in the Skull Bandit Oldsmobile. Next row down is number 30, Zachary Fitzwater in the Pennzoil Pontiac, and number 16, Ali Liara in the number 16 Keystone Beer Ford. Next row down is number 28, Keith Batson in the Texaco Haviland 41 at Rockingham, the GM Goodwrench 400. He's flanked by number 55, Alexander Rowe in the Jasper Engines Chevrolet. Next row down is number 42, Kyle Matthews in the Maliella Pontiac. He almost won at Rockingham, had the dominant car, led the first 49 laps of that race until the engine blew up on him until gearbox failure nailed him out of the race. But Kyle hopes for better luck here at Richmond. He's alongside number 90, Caleb Fogler in the split fire spark plugs Ford. Next over number 17, that is the car of Reggie Fogelman in the Western Auto Chevrolet. And number 71, Charles Sanford, the Big Apple Market Chevrolet. Next round is number 22. It is Mitchell Hodak in the Maxwell House Ford. And number 98, that is the Molly Black Gold Chevrolet of Ryan Brommer. Next round is number 21, Quentin Moore to Sitco Ford. And number 12, it is Christian Bracken in this Ray Bestis Chevrolet. Next row down has number 18, Noah Sewell, and beside him number 10, that is Andrew Miller alongside. Next row down has number 94, Dylan Potey, the Sunoco Ultra Chevrolet. He's alongside number 66, Rafaela Duke in the Trop Bardic Phillips 66 Ford. Next row down is number 83, John Andrews, and number 49, Tito McCoy. Next round is Wes McCoy in 48, and beside him, number 7, that is the car of Lyle Austin. Next round is number 9, Cody McGurk, and number 2, Dylan Young, the defending series champion. Next round is number 5, it is Austin Reed, and beside him, number 3, Cole Deaver, the GM Goodwrench Chevrolet. And starting shotgun, number 75, Laura Chung, at the wheel of the Raymont Oldsmobile. So 37 cars lined up here at Richmond International Raceway here to begin the Mobil 1 400 and awaiting the word to start the engines for today's 60-lap event here. Richmond, usually known as a wreck fest among a lot of short tracks we go to on the circuit here. Richmond, Bristol, Martinsville, North Wilkesboro has been known for a lot of wreck fest. And so Richmond traditionally is a race of a wreck fest, usually a night race or day race. Well, we'll see what happens here today. What we'll get here today in the Mobil 1 400 here. 2 winners in the first 2 races so far in the season. Can we make it 3 for 3? We'll find out. And here comes the command of Fire the Engines for today's race at Richmond.
Gentlemen, start your engine.
Command given the Fire the Engines for 7 racing here today. And by the way, ladies and gentlemen, start your engines. So we have a lady on the front row for this event. So commands we given the Fire the Engines as the pace for release field the green flag. We'll be back for the start of the race right after this. Pace car comes off corner number 4 and making the way on the pit road. Seth Cullen, Jessica Shelton leads into the green flag, and we're underway in the Mobil 1 400. Off turn number 2 they come. 3 wide off the second corner here. Eric Monaco, Trent Dunham, and Jessica Shelton going at it here. As Shelton got off to a bad start in the number 11 car. She's trying to get out of everybody's way. Like throwing a ham bone in a room full of pit bulls. They come off that 4th corner here. As Seth Coley's the first up here. Colin Cropley second position. Third right now is Eric Monaco in car number 4. Then behind in the number 4 position goes Joshua Osborne in car number 8. With Paul Minnick, the Daytona 500 winner, in 5th position. 3 went off turn number 4 right there as the winner the last time he was at Richmond, Zachary Fitzwater, the number 30 Pennzoil Pontiac. Tries for the number 6 position in that machine. He gets pushed by Keith Batson and the 42 of Kyle Matthews. As they come off that second corner now, as they go into turn number 3 now, and Fitzwater takes the 6th position away here. Keith Batson in car 28. Off that 4th turner right now as you jump on board with Keith Batson, one of our 3 in-car cameras in today's event. As you got a battle for the lead, looking ahead right there, that is Colin Cropley and Seth Cole going at it. And Cropley goes inside. He'll take the lead away from Seth Cole and move the 25 Kodiak Chevrolet up to the top spot. And Eric Monaco gets very loose, come off to number 4. Keeps it going right there as he and Seth Cole running side by side right now for second place here. Osborne running in 3rd position, waiting to abate if something happens between the 52 and the 4 machines. But it looks to me like Monaco is going to take position away here. And now Osborne's going to try to capitalize on that himself as well in that number 8 machine. And Fitzwater up behind as he takes position away from the 6-valve lean car of Paul Minnick. And Fitzwater almost gets into the 52 of Seth Cole as they come out the second corner. Like Fitzwater, I tell you, keep your eye on that 30 car. That 30 car is very, very fast here today. It was fast, as we mentioned, the fastest last time he was at Richmond. It had to be because, like I said, Fitzwater was your winner the last time he was here in the second race of season 35, and held off a fierce challenge of Quentin Moore in that finish as well too. One of 2 races Fitzwater won last season. He also won the finale at Atlanta Motor Speedway last season as well too. Fitzwater ducks inside of that 52 of Seth Cole, trying to take position away. That's for 4th position as we continue to watch this battle between those 2, and he pushes Seth up the track. And look at that yellow Pennzoil car just go as he is up to 4th place right now. And Fitzwater, like I said, I don't know what kind of set they put underneath that 30 machine, but that is a hot set they got underneath that yellow Pontiac. As you jump now inside with Keith Batson in car number 28 once again, as he's in a 3-way battle. That's one of the cars going by. Tori Gossett in car 26 of Quaker State Ford. And the other car inside, let's see who that red car is. That's Jessica Shelton. As she zips by Batson. Now Keith has the back off the throttle a little bit right there. He was on the outside lane right there. Inside of him was the 18 car of Noah Sewell. The Interstate Batteries Chevrolet. As I tell you, the outside lane on any track you go to on the tour, you are pretty much hung out to dry, as we always say on the plate tracks at Talladega and Daytona. And see Dylan Pote goes by in the Sunoco Ultra Chevrolet. And now Ben Cohen, 68 car, now goes inside as he zips by Batson as well too. And now Quentin Moore goes inside as well too in that 21 car. So Keith Batson just nowhere to go in the outside lane right there. In that number 28 car, he has dropped back to 16th position. Actually made that 15th position, but it was 14th that Quentin Moore just took from the 28 car. And up behind him goes Alexander Rowe in car number 55, the Jasper Engine Sport Chevrolet. That was the car that Chris Thornton drove last season as a Pontiac. Now this season is a Chevrolet. John Andrews, 83 car, up to 17th position. Darn pace car. But do you talk about your Chargers here? The 75, the 1, the 75, the 2, and the 3 cars. All 3 of those cars just absolutely moving up to the field beautifully. And Laura Chung, 75 car, the driver who got her first ever career victory in this series on this very racetrack at Richmond in the night race, that is. She started 37th and has moved her way into 18th position. Laura Chung, she could be a contender as the She could be one of the cars to watch here as this race goes on. Running behind her is Trent Dunham in car number 1. He's in 19th. And Cole Deaver, who is another driver, started back in the back. He's up to 20th. And Dylan Young, who started just a little bit ahead of Deaver. He's in 21st position. Deaver, I think, started this race in the 36th position. And he's picked up 16 spots. So the GM Goodwrench Chevrolet looking strong here as well, too. 16 laps into the event here, or 15 laps into the event. We're down to 45 to go here at Richmond International Raceway. Dylan Young and Charles Sanford going at it here. The 21st and 22nd position cars are there. Young in the 2, Sanford in 71. And now Deaver goes inside. He'll try to get past Laura Chung and just lost his spot to Trent Dunham. And now Deaver is 3 wide between him, Young, and Sanford. And now Deaver pulls ahead of Young, and now he tries to get alongside and past the 75 car, that white Oldsmobile on the outside. And Dylan Young gets a little bit tail happy off that 4th turn. Inside with Dylan Young in car number 2, the defending series champion. See how fast Dylan Young drives around this racetrack here at Richmond International Raceway here across the start-finish line. 132 miles an hour, and he'll go into turn number 1 at about 145 miles an hour into turn number 1. And down to 101 miles an hour in the middle of 1 and 2. And he'll bring it up to about 136 miles an hour into turn 3. And he'll drive it down to 101 again off turn number 4. Last lap by 124.361 miles an hour. So Dylan Young in 21st position right now, trying to get past Laura Chung. Ali Liara, 16 car up to in 22nd position here. 23rd is Cody McGurk. Sanford drops back a couple spots. He's down to 24th with Nathan Orman on his hind end for 24th position. Back to the leaders of the race here, and still the top 2 is still Colin Cropley and Eric Monaco. Eric Monaco has never won in this series before. Could today be the day he brings that number 4 Kodak Film Chevy to victory lane? We'll find out. But he's got a tough one in Colin Cropley. Cropley in the last few seasons has been having some solid points finishes. He just missed out on a top 10 last season, but this season he hopes to not let that happen again. He hopes to get back in the top 10, the points where he belongs. Or he thinks he belongs, I should say, right there. But this kind of series is all where the chip is. It's the chips fall where they may kind of category. And here comes Monaco, low side for the top spot, as he brings that marigold yellow colored number 4 to the low side. That was a close race to the line to who led that last time by, and it was Cropley by inches. And now Monaco goes inside. He'll take the lead. So move the Kodak Film Chevrolet to the number 1 spot. It was in Ellisville a couple seasons back, but. And that number 4 car looking strong right here today. That car was the car that William Brock drove last season. And Eric Monaco steps inside the wheel of this number 4 machine and is running very strongly right now. Colin Cropley, 2nd position now. Joshua Osborne closing up is in 3rd position. Fitzwater in 4th position, and Kyle Matthews up to number 5 in that number 42 machine. So Matthews trying to get that top 5, trying to get back to the top 5 that he didn't quite get at Rockingham. As we mentioned, that Rockingham race, that was a heartbreaker for Matthews. He was going for his 5th win in a row on that track. Had the field covered. He had everybody covered in that race. Led the first 49 laps in that race, and then finally on lap 50, or actually led the first 47 laps. Led the first 47 laps in that race. Excuse me on that one. Led the first 47 laps in that race right there, and then finally lap 48, the gearbox failed on the number 42 machine, and dropped him out of the event with 11 laps remaining in that event. So I tell you, Matthews still stinging from that, obviously, right there, but Matthews now knows he's got a very good car here today at Richmond as he's in 5th position right now. Paul Minnick matching his car number 6th place right now. 7th is Seth Cole, the pole sitter. Tori Gossett running in 8th position. 9th is Aubrey Scott and Jessica Shelton. And that 11 car runs in 10th position. Identically painted Fords. One sponsored by Motorcraft, the other sponsored by Budweiser. Number 15 car, a Bud Moore piece under the hood of that machine right there. And the 11 car, a Junior Johnson piece right there. That's the Bill Elliott cars for 92. That's what explains why Jessica Shelton, of course, is driving that machine. Here comes Jessica looking for 9th place, and she's got it. She started off the season with a 3rd in the Daytona 500 this season. She almost won that event, too. She actually went inside. She was the one that went inside of Mike Becker, but then Paul Minnick swung inside, made it 3 wide, and spoiled both those drivers' efforts for the victory here in Daytona. Jessica then, I think, followed that up with a good solid run at Rockingham, so she's starting off pretty good here today as well. Here at Richmond, as she is right now running in 9th position. Meantime, battle for 7th between Seth Cole in 52 and Tori Gossett in 26. Gossett driving the same team Joshua Osborne drove last season as a Buick. This season is a Ford that Tori is driving. You remember last season she drove the number 21 Citgo car for the Wood Brothers that her boyfriend Quentin Moore took over this season. The reason why Quentin took over that car, because that 21 car, as we mentioned, was a Morgan Shepherd car in 1992. And if you know Quentin Moore, you know how much of a fan of Morgan Shepherd he is. And there is a good look at Quentin, the Citgo Ford, and chasing down the 68 car of Ben Cohen, who right now runs in 13th position. Moore running in 14th right now in the Citgo Ford. Check the fast sub race so far. Ali Liara and Lyle Austin both out of race with the Richmond. So Ali had a camshaft failure and Lyle Austin with a header failure. So 2 internal engine failures on the 16 and 7 cars, knocking Ali Liara and Lyle Austin out of the race. There are 35 cars remain, and all of them on the lead lap. Here at Richmond, in which Eric Monaco continues to lead, averaging 123.205. He has a fast race so far at 125.012. Quentin Moore not quite on the top 10 list right there. He has got currently the 17th fast race so far at 124.66 miles an hour. It is now Eric Monaco with the fast race so far, then Tori Gossett, then Jessica Shelton. That's the top 3 fastest laps so far in the Mobil 1400. You see those cars all right together. Dylan Pote running 11th, Noah Sewell 12th. Ben Cohen going inside, trying for 12th position on Noah Sewell, but then has to back up, and now Quentin Moore pulls up to the back bumper of the 68 machine. Those 4 cars running nose to tail right now. John Andrews, you see him in that purple 83 car, is the car running 15th right now in that Purex Ford. And Kyle Matthews getting squirrely come off that 4th turn, and Zachary Fitzwater picks up another spot. Actually, a spot he just picked up from Kyle Matthews. He's now 4th position right now at Pennzoil 30. As Paul Minnick, and Matthews going at it right now. In the meantime, Tori Gossett has gotten around Seth Cole for 7th. But there's the story up front here. It is Eric Monaco, Colin Cropley, and Joshua Osborne, the top 3 positions here. No cautions so far at Richmond. I told you. Usually, how much of this race is usually a breakfast? Well, I'm eating my awards right now. We're 39 laps in, we're about to complete the 39th lap, and no yellows so far. So, pretty much, so it shows you what I know for today at Richmond the night. When we come back here for the night race, so it could be a different story, obviously, when we come back here for the Excite Batteries 400, the 24th stop of the season in season 36. So there you see Eric Monaco, the Kodak film Chevrolet, running right now as the leader. Second is still the 25 car of Colin Cropley. He would like to get that lead back, though. He led the first 2 laps of this race here, and would like to spoil Eric Monaco's chances for his first ever win. Battle for 5th position going on here. Paul Minnick and Kyle Matthews going at it here. Matthews now has 5th position, and Minnick has dropped to 6th position. And now, meantime, Tori Gossett and Seth Cole Closing up along with the 11 of Jessica Shelton and the 15 car of Aubrey Scott. Seth Cole was the pole sitter in the Hurley limo machine. Shelton was the outside pole sitter in the Budweiser Ford. But there's the story up front here, and Colin Cropley has closed it up in that number 25 car. Can Eric Monaco hold them all off? We'll about to find out here. We still got 17 laps from the finish here at Richmond. 16 and a half now, but Cropley is up on the back bumper of that number 4 machine. Closing up in that 48 car, that is the car of Wes McCoy. And here comes Cropley, ducks inside, takes a peek to the low side of Monaco. Monaco slams the door in Cropley's face, says, "No way, I'm the one supposed to be up front." A pair of Chevrolet Luminas, one colored marigold yellow and the other colored white and green, going at it here at Richmond International Raceway in the final 15 laps in the Mobil 1 400. Who will it be in this event here? And running and lurking right behind it, 8 car Joshua Osborne, waiting to evade if something happens between the 4 and the 25 machines here. And Joshua could capitalize on a situation himself if something happens. Also depends on how much of the problem that 48 car is going to give the 4 and the 25 machines right there. And if that's the case, Joshua could be in good position right there. And here comes Monaco, ducks inside of that number 48 car. He uses him as a pick. And Cropley, meantime, tries not to get trapped behind him. He now has to back up a little bit. He got a little bit loose on that 4th turn. Seems like you get loose on that 4th turner when you go up underneath the car trying to get past for position. And look what that did to Cropley. That's now moved the 8 car up in the back in that brown and red machine. 2 Chevrolets being chased by a Ford here at Richmond as we're coming now down to 12 laps to go. Next car up in line is Tito McCoy, and uncarned in the wall. Car the wall. That was the 10 car of Andrew Miller, who's got put in the wall off turn number 4. No yellow. You see, he's got turned into the inside wall there, come off turn number 2. So that was and he's kept on going. So no harm, no foul for the number 10 Pure Later Bullseye Chevrolet. And Eric Monaco closing up on the back right there. We're now down to 9 laps. We're now down to 8 laps to go, or 10 laps to go, excuse me. Into the 3rd turn they come here. Eric Monaco, car number 4. He's got 2 lap cars in between him and Colin Cropley. That's the good news for Monaco. Bad news for Monaco. Well, we'll be at the 25 car. Gets past both the 49 and the 10 cars, but now he's got bad news for himself. But Cropley's got bad news for himself. Here comes Osborne. Car number 8, and Joshua goes to 2nd place. The man who almost won at Rockingham. Actually had lead till about coming to the white flag when Keith Batson passed him for the win. So what's Joshua's? What's going to happen to Joshua now? He's running. He knows he's within striking distance, but he's also running out of laps. Where it'll be down to 7 to go this time by. The number 8 Snickers Ford trying to chase down a number 4 Kodak Film Chevrolet. Eric Monaco again has never won in this series before. It's going to be a first if he can hold on for the final 6.5 laps. And Cropley again loses another spot. That's this time to Zachary Fitzwater. He's at Fitzwater at the 3rd. The Pennzoil Pontiac looking for a good run here today. And now there's no cars between Osborne and Monaco. Could that play into the hands of Osborne? He hopes so. Monaco obviously hopes not. Off the 420 come here. Coming to complete the 55th lap. We're down to 5 laps to go. And meantime, Cropley's stuck on the high side. Same with Seth Cole. Kyle Matthews has gone by. Tori Gossett's gone by. And now 6 car of Paul Minnick. He's now gone by. Here comes Seth Cole. He says, heck with you, Cropley. And he says, I'm going to go by you as well. So Colin Cropley, who was in the top 2 for almost all race long, is now suddenly losing spots in the late stages of the event. And I'm sure Cropley is not happy about that at all. He may still escape with a top 10 finish, though, but still, there's separation between the 4 and the 8 cars. The separation is 94 hundredths of a second. So Monaco, I'm sure right now is thinking in his mind, don't slip up, don't do anything stupid. That's the thing every driver goes through when he or she is out in the league looking for their first ever win. Now down to 2 laps to go. Osborne closes up a 1/10 of a second. It's down to 84 hundredths of a second now. We have never had a caution-free race at Richmond in this series, and we are about to get. And we may get one here in just a few seconds. They come to start finish line. The white flag flies for Eric Monaco. He has 1 lap remaining. The interval now grows to 86 hundredths of a second now. We have had about 6 or 7 first-time winners last season. Eric Monaco. Through the 3rd and 4th turns he comes. The number 4 Kodak Film Chevrolet will take the checker flag first. Eric Monaco wins the Mobil 1 400 at Richmond, his first ever Castrol GTX Cup Series win. What a drive for the Morgan McClure Chevrolet. Eric Monaco comes on board this team this season, and look where it ended him up here. Third race with this ride, and he gets the victory here today, and beating out some of the best in the business in this series. Caution free for the first time ever at Richmond. That's never happened in this track. The way this track usually is. Joshua Osborne is going to come home in 2nd position. 3rd place will go to Zachary Fitzwater. Tori Gossett comes home 4th, and Paul Minnick will finish in 5th position. So there's your average speed, 122.625 miles an hour. Osborne close up to 79, almost close up to, well, just under 8/10 of a second, but that was as close as he ever got. Lap traffic kind of hurt a lot of the drivers in this last laps of this event here at Richmond International Raceway here. 6th place will go to Kyle Matthews. 7th place will go to Seth Cole. Colin Cropley comes home in 8th position. 9th is Aubrey Scott. And Quentin Moore ends up finishing in 10th. Ben Cohen 11th. Trent Dunham 12th. Noah Sewell 13th. Cole Deaver 14th. Dylan Young comes home in 15th position. Remember, Deaver started 36th, and Young started, I think, about 34th. So, beautiful drive for both those drivers here, up to the top 15 for both these cars in this event here. Dylan Poteet, 16th place for him right here. 17th will go to Alexander Rowe. John Andrews 18th. Jessica Shelton, who's up in the top 10 all race long, got shuffled down to 19th for some inexplicable reason in the last laps of this event here. And Keith Batson will come home in 20th. 21st will go to Cody McGirt. Laura Chung from 37th to 22nd. So she pick up a 15 spots for her. Charles Sanford 23rd, then Reggie Fogelman, Mitchell Hodak, Raphael Leduc, Austin Reed, Mike Becker, Caleb Fogler, and Nathan Ormond, the top 30. Then Christian Bracken, Ryan Brommer, the last car to finish on the lead lap in 32nd position. Andrew Miller 33rd, Tino McCoy 34th, and Wes McCoy 35th, the last cars to finish this race. Again, Ali Liara and Lyle Austin, the 2 cars out of the race here. Liara with a camshaft failure, and Lyle Austin with a header failure. Those are both internal problems in the engine. That's has to be repaired in the engine room at your own shop, not in the garage area. You have no time to do that in the garage area and still expect to finish this race. So there you have it with that here, and the congratulations to a first-time winner, Eric Monaco, wins the the Mobil 1 400 at Richmond International Raceway here. If you like what you see here, be sure to subscribe to the NNSCRA Sports and Gaming channel. We got everything on this channel. We got everything on this channel. We got in our races. We got gaming videos. We got in our online videos. Whatever the president of the NNSCRA South Dakota reserves to have for us channel, be sure to check out Seth Star Cells Cup Series, main series on this channel. If you want future seasons of Seth Series, be sure to get with Seth and he'll get you going. And also be sure to check out our other two channels that does NNSCRA offline. That channel being X86753985X is Dylan Young's channel, the man who does the NNSCRA Spectrum Mobile Cup Series. And also check out the channel that he and Kyle Matthews do together. That channel being We the Coasters. That if you are a roller coaster slash theme park slash amusement park fan, then We the Coasters is a channel for you. And subscribe to that channel for some cool stuff. And also subscribe to this channel you're watching here, the NNSCRA channel, for some cool stuff as well too. And you want to regret doing so. That will do it here today at Richmond. For now, this is James Qualls. It's been a production of the NNSCRA celebrating 11 years of off-road racing. Best we'll see you at Atlanta Motor Speedway for the Motorcraft 500.